So in just a moment, I'm going to welcome to the stage Wilson Ramirez, our Teacher of the Year here from Washington Lee. And Wilson is a Spanish teacher, and AETV, once again, has prepared a very special video for us about Wilson.
When they walk out of my room, the thing I hope is they be better persons, and also they have a passion and desire to help others and change the world. I grew up in a small village in the high mountains Andes in Colombia. One of those days I say to my mom, "Oh, Mama, I want to go to London." And my mom looked at me and said, "Oh, you want to go there? That is very simple. You need to work hard in your education and you will get wherever you want." In 2001, I had the opportunity to go to Europe because I won a scholarship, and I was in London. And in that moment, I understand what always my parents say, that the education is a tool to change.
I think he completely deserves it. He really cares about what we're doing and what we're learning, and it's really important to be able to connect with your students and understand what they want to do also. And I think that's a really important quality of a teacher.
He's just really kind. The minute you walk into his classroom, you're his equal. He makes, this class fun, even if Spanish isn't your first language. You feel comfortable talking with him. He's very open, and it makes you open too.
I think what sets him apart from many other teachers is that he really cares about our opinions. Usually after each quarter, he asks us all individually how he can be a better teacher and how he can teach us more efficiently.
As we sit in the class, you can tell not only visually, but also as he speaks, that he loves his job and he puts emotion into how he says it, and he cares about the students as well and always is there to help them out. And it's just a great environment, especially the way he has all the students come together and work together and collaborate.
Most every teacher that I've had throughout 11 years of APS has been amazing and definitely able to do that.
My experience in Arlington has been wonderful. I feel very honored and humbled. And also, it's a lot of responsibility because I'm representing all Arlington teachers. And we have excellent teachers in every school. And this time is my time to represent them, and I hope that the skills and passion I have and dedication represent all of them very well.
So let me share a few additional things with you about Wilson. Wilson has been an educator here in the United States for over 25 years, and his home country is Colombia. He's been a teacher here at Washington Lee for 4 years, and previously he taught at my alma mater, Woodson High School in Fairfax, as well as taught in Illinois and Maryland. During Wilson's brief tenure as a Spanish teacher here at Washington Lee, he has made tangible improvements in the world language program. His attention to recruiting and retaining not just Hispanic students, but all students in the Spanish language program has resulted in a 50% increase in the number of students enrolled in IB Spanish language and literature courses for the 2017-18 school year. Wilson considers that work in helping to create a more equitable learning environment for students is his greatest accomplishment and contribution to education and here to Washington Lee. Here are a few comments from colleagues and students. A fellow Spanish teacher, Liliana Melnado Mendez, noted his willingness and dedication to support others and called him a once-in-a-lifetime teacher. Greg Robertson, his principal, said that his positive attitude and dedication to his colleagues is phenomenal, and that his fellow teachers view him as a leader and frequently depend on him for support and guidance. And junior Anna Harpla said he instills a sense of comfort and respect in every classroom and with every student from day one. She said, 3 years later, my peers and I still draw on those principles, and it has helped me enjoy and excel not only in Spanish class, but in other subjects as well. Mr. Robertson, or Dr. Robertson, excuse me, would you please escort our Teacher of the Year, Mr. Wilson Ramirez, to the stage so he can make a few comments and accept an award here from our board members. Wilson, we are all very, very proud of you. Congratulations. You are the Arlington Public School Teacher of the Year. We know that you will represent us well, and you follow in some exceptional footsteps here from our other Teachers of the Year. And I'm going to give the mic to you to make a few comments this evening and share your thoughts. But we're very proud of you.
Thank you so much. Good evening. Buenas noches. Muchísimas gracias por estar aquí. I want to thank Dr. Murphy and Cynthia Johnson for promoting Latino leadership in Arlington. It means a lot to us. Dr. Taranetres, for many opportunities to grow as a 21st century professional, please continue to guide us. Dr. Greg Robertson, Principal of Washington Lee, for creating a school environment where all teachers are welcome, respected, and given opportunities to grow as a person, as a professional. You are the best. Elizabeth Harrington, Director of World Languages, for her office support on many journeys. You were there when I need you. Rebecca Prell, World Language Specialist, who always provide ideas and new challenges that transform my life. You are a great coach to have and to grow. Ileana Gonzalez, Assistant Principal at the Claremont Immersion School, for her encouragement. You are a great friend. My former supervisor, Jeannie Chambers, who has been a mentor of my career in the United States. And I'm here because of you. Thank you. My Colombian and my American family, Jay, Mrs. Pratt, Silali, Isa, Theo, and Javi. I love you. I love you. Los amo. And Mom and Dad, somewhere in the light of the universe, I hope I made you proud. I have journeyed from my birthplace, a small village in Colombia, to Arlington, a large town in Virginia. On that journey, all along these years, many hands, many shoulders, and many voices sustain me. Those hands those shoulders, and those voices belong to my students in Colombia, Spain, and the United States, who motivate me every day. I'm here today because of that support and motivation. I want to thank all and each of my Washington Lee students. They help me to be a better person and better teacher. As Dr. Maya Angelou said, "You are my rainbow in the clouds." I firmly believe that teaching and learning are responsibility of both the teacher and the students. I admire your dedication, responsibility, and resilience of my Spanish fluent speakers and my IB Spanish students. I have high expectations, and the students meet those expectations by their work. They motivate me with their creativity and personal reflections. Their insights help me to discover other points of view, showing me the timeless truth that the teacher can learn from the students. My students have been my best teachers in my tenure in Arlington Public School. Thank you, all. My first job, I was born in Argentina, a small village in the Andes Mountain of Colombia. As you notice, I was born in a village that has the name of foreign country. It seems that I was destined to immigrate. That happened. My first job in Colombia was in a city called Madrid, and my last job in Colombia was in a city called Cúcuta, a town in northeast of Colombia, the border with Venezuela. Possible you have heard in the news about Cúcuta, a place where every day thousands of Venezuelans begin their immigrant journey. My own immigrant journey started there, precisely in September 1999. I was working in a Title I school with poor children, youth at risk in Cúcuta. As always, the most deprived children are the most vulnerable of our society, because the only thing they have is their own lives. Cúcuta was in the middle of the war between two armed groups, of the right and the left, the paramilitaries and the guerrilla. We were caught in the middle because both sides wanted our students to join them. I did what I could to protect students' ability to stay in my school. But the time was up, and I became an active target. In the second week in September of 1999, with no other options, I left my native country. My life as immigrant started that day. After long hours of flying, I landed in Barcelona, Spain, where I experienced and learned about the multiculturalism and diversity of Europe and nearby Africa. Some years later, I arrived in Chicago with $200 in my wallet and no English at all, besides these phrases: good morning, good evening, thank you, hello. My new life in a challenging new country was much the same as the life of many of the students who attend our classes. It is essential for our school system and every class to create inclusive environments where all students belong, are respected and valued, no matter their religion, race, sexual preference, or learning abilities. I'm proud to be in the system that welcomes everyone. We are proud, we all are proud, right? In my parents' coffee plantation and my agricultural technical high school, I learned the secret of a coffee plantation when I was young. It turns that those secret lessons apply to teaching, which I'm passionate about and my parents was passionate about coffee. I have vivid memory of the production process on my parent plantation. The process involves 3 simple fundamental steps. First, you need to have the coffee seed. Second, you need to plan and organize the preparation of the land. Third, you harvest to sell the coffee. Nowadays, in my teaching, I apply the same 3 steps in my classroom. First, I try to see the possibilities of my students. More importantly, students need to see their potential within themselves. A good teacher helps students gain that awareness and recognize the growth that is latent within them. A good teacher helps students dream about what they want to become, just as a small coffee seed can become an immense tree. 3 years ago, I had a young man, Carlos, in my AP Spanish class. Carlos worked in a restaurant in this area. He was smart and resourceful, and ultimately got 5 in AP exam. One day, after AP exam mock, I was talking with Carlos. It was an opportunity for a dreamable moment. Unlike a teachable moment, a dreamable moment is an open space in time. It is opportunity for connection between the teacher and the student. But in a teachable moment, the teacher reinforces an academic point. In the dreamable moment, the misty clouds of potential futures are given shape, forming a distant and tangible goal. A heart desire for the students that come from deep within. That afternoon, I asked Carlos what he saw himself doing after high school. He answered, a professional chef in a restaurant. When dreams emerge, they are delicate as flower petals. So a teacher needs to be sensitive and supportive. I told him, Carlos, you could be a great chef. He smiled and left the classroom. There was 3 years ago. Now, it so happened 2 months ago, I was in a gas station. Suddenly, someone called my name, Señor Ramírez, Señor Ramírez. Carlos was there. What had he been up to? How was he doing? He told me the wonderful news that he finished his culinary degree and he was working as a chef in a restaurant right here in Arlington. We at the school system as teachers provide a source of courage and empowerment, helping students to be independent and confident in their careers. Carlos is an example of what they can do when they recognize the potential within themselves, the 3 within the seed. The second step of producing coffee is planning the process and preparing the land. That planning involves choosing the right time and the right weather to plant the coffee, the small coffee seed. As the growing season progresses, you see how the plants are doing. Not all plants follow exactly the same growth process. Most of the plants give the desired harvest on time, but some of them need more time, some of them need more care. For we educators, the land is our classroom, and beyond the classroom, the school and the district, and the students in our classes are even more individualized than those coffee plants. Personal, a strong relationship and connection with our students are critical for the students' success and for our own success. Last June, I received a letter from Washington Lee Education Foundation. I looked at the envelope, and I was very curious about the content of that letter. I rushed from the school mailboxes to my classroom in the 3rd floor. I started reading. It related to an episode with one of my student seniors. The letter was a short essay they received from Rosa, telling about an episode that had made an academic impact on her. Rosa was in my IB Spanish class. I had noticed lately that her behavior changed. She did not complete any class activity. She was upset. I could see in her face her pain and suffering. I had a personal conversation with Rosalia. I learned that her favorite aunt, who was raising her, passed away from a long battle with cancer. I suggested that her aunt will be happy if Rosa graduated and continued with college because she could be the first generation in her family to attend college. A personal, strong relationship and connection with our students are the right way to go. We need to understand them as individuals, to honor their learning style, to respect the difference, and to collaborate as a team. What we do offer? A presence that empowers them so they can access the resources they need. That is offered to all, to regular students, to special education students, to gifted students, to English learners, and to twice exceptional learners. This is the process of education which sometimes involves books and PowerPoints, and sometimes involves a quiet conversation with the students in a group. The last step is the harvest, and you offer your coffee to be sold to the market. Some of that coffee ends in Colombia supermarket, lots of them in the United States. A grower can be successful only if the coffee is marketable. There is a connection between the coffee and the rest of the world. It is essential to provide students with lessons and experience that connect them to real-life situations. Our schools are windows open to the world. We recognize the value of diversity in the school because the world is diverse, and we must prepare a student for that reality. We acknowledge and celebrate all the gift our students bring to the table, so they can celebrate all around them. As we educate students, we teach them responsibility and giving back to the community. Sometimes it's called pay forward. That forwardness can start within the students on school. We need to give them experience that allows them to enjoy the rewarding satisfaction of helping others. Some of our students are volunteers here in different organizations. Some of them travel around the world to help others refine their skill to serve communities better. Some of them go other places to serve other communities, like Leah, who went last year to share her summer with people in a rural area of Panama, or Simon, who went to Dominican Republic, or Colin, who will go to Costa Rica to work in economic development projects. Some of our students develop their skill here, some of them go faraway places. We bring them different possibilities and offer them several pathways because we believe all of them will be successful. In conclusion, almost there, I stand before you as an immigrant teacher who looks the past with gratitude. From Colombia to Arlington, Virginia, many hands, many shoulders, many voices made me the teacher I am today. I stand before you as a person who lives the present with passion, working in Arlington Public School. I stand before you as a person who embraces the future with hope. Our multicultural and diverse community has many challenges. Wherever we can take inspiration from the words of Octavio Paz, a Mexican Nobel Literature Prize. Hay que dormir con los ojos abiertos. We must sleep with open eyes. Hay que soñar con las manos. We must dream with our hands. Hay que soñar en voz alta. We must dream loud. Just a successful coffee grower follows a three-stage process, so students try them, we dream with them, engage them, and strong personal relationship as part of the education process and help them forge real-world connections to others. But always remember, it begins with a simple C, that dreams come first. Thank you very much. Muchísimas gracias a todos por estar aquí esta noche.